Okay, so we're up with a new question, and I'm quite excited for this one because it really interested me. Um, so it's a menu-driven program where you have to take input to the file, find number of sentences that start with a given letter, and the letter should also be set by the user input, and then you need to find the number of words in the file after that, and then you just exit the program. So we'll do like 3 functions, and we'll make it a menu-driven program. So your function, and I don't think we need any modules. Even OS module is not required here. So the stuff that comes part of the main is your file. So f equals open, and and as usual I just copy the path here. And if you're wondering where I got this from, I'll just explain it once. Like you go to files, like File Explorer, then you just go to your desired location, right? If you want it to be here, so you can see I don't have a file name 3.txt, right? So I just copy the path, so it's like copy address, and you can just close files after that. And I just paste it here. If you want, I'll just paste it once more to just show you. So it goes to Xcode, and since I'm going to use like W plus, I can just create any file I want. So it would create by itself. So 3.txt is what I'm going to use, or I could just make it 4.txt. It doesn't matter. It just creates it. It just creates the file. Or let's just take a random number like 45. It'll just create it. And you don't necessarily have to keep it like a random number, or like usually in the questions they ask like story.txt, I think. Yeah, you can even create it that way. And so I usually prefer taking the path name from the user input type. So f name equals input, and enter path. And after this I write percentage s percentage f name and W plus. So makes sense, right? So this is like part of the main, and since it's a menu driven program, I would have to make a menu, but the menu part is quite simple, so we'll just get to defining first. So there are about 3 functions. So define, let's say input to file is basically like writing stuff, so I just make it as WRT, and then my other functions would be finding sentences that start with a given letter and finding the number of sentences. So it's something like count of starting of letters. I'm not okay. CSL. Okay. And then define the number of words in a file. To find the number of words in a file. So that's basically like counter. So it's another count, and CW, count the number of words, right? Count of words. So we'll just start with it. So to put in something, the first thing that comes to mind is to get input, right? You need first some input from the user to put it in your file. So I'll just make it as input equals to input, and input. Wow, I'm so creative. Yes, I'd use this, and obviously I want to like store this in a list, and I can keep taking inputs from the user. So I'll make this as a list, an empty list, and then I'll make a while true loop, while true, and tab. So, and then I want to extend this, and there's a reason. So L dot extend INP, and I also need to add a new line with it, because when you write lines, it just writes the lines continuously in the txt file. So to genuinely get it as a new line, I have to press the enter key, right? Like when you go to the next line, you need to press the enter key. So that's technically what \n signifies here. So yeah, so L dot extend your input and a new line. And okay, and I also I need user consent to break this loop, right? Flag equals int input. Do you wanna continue? Yeah, I accept only 1 or 0s. Okay, so this works too. If flag equals 0, then break. I guess that should work fine. I think I'm done with this function. Let's just go through it once. Like, I have an empty list, and then I have a loop, and yeah, so this should just write everything in the file, the user input. Okay, so we can go to the next one. CSL. So count starting letters. Okay, yeah. So to get a start with a given letter, I need to identify the given letter first. So that's again user input. So yeah, I'll again use the same variable. IMP equals input. Enter letter to find sentences. Okay, just enter letter. Why make it so long? Okay. Yes, that should do. After I've inputted, I've got the letter. Now I need to use this information to find sentences, like starting letter that starts with the letter from the user input. I'm using letter so many times. letter. Okay. So I need to read the file. A equals f dot read lines, and yes, this should read the full file as a list. And then for I in A is just like a dummy variable. If you want to make it more sensible, you can just keep C like for content and then use that. So for I in C, that's for I in this particular list of read lines of the file. If I of 0 equals %s, right? Because yes, we use %s and %imp. Actually, yeah, this should work. Then I can add like a counter. I've already used C, so G equals 0. Then G plus R equals 1. And after I do this, I can get an output. Print number of sentences starting starting with the letter IMP is G. Okay, I think that should do, right? You've got the input, you've got a for loop, it finds the starting letter of every sentence, and if it's equal to the letter defined by the user input, then G increases by 1. So that's basically like counting, right? You always go like 1, 2, 3. So yeah, and then in the end it just prints the number of sentences starting with the letter IMP, that's user input, then you just write G. Okay, so third function. CW, count the number of words. I'd again have to read the file, so I make it content equals f dot read, and yeah, since it's just reading the file, it doesn't matter, so I can just read the whole file, and then after I read the whole file, I can split them to words. So that's a nice way of using the split function, right? Then I can make it as content, the real, or just use words equals c dot split. So it splits everything to words, and then for I in words, I need to make another counter here, like G equals 0, then I do G plus equals 1. Yes, this should work. And then I can further so I need to tell the user, right, that so to print, I always like to give output, I use print number of words in the file are G. I think it's pretty good. It's basically a simple program, I think. So since I've defined all the functions, now I can get back to my main to create the menu, right? I can actually just copy this whole thing. Let's make it more neatly formatted. Yes, so I print in a fancy way menu. I mean, it's not at all fancy, but it still looks fancy for me. Menu, and then I print again what I copied right now. I didn't copy that. Okay, let's copy this. I'll copy this and get this here. So this is basically the menu. To input a file, find number of sentences that start with a given letter, find number of words in a file, and then you exit. Sounds good to me. So, and then I take an input. So this is like option equals, let's make it an integer type input, enter option, and yes, I would have to put this in a while true loop, so it's like a never ending program type. Okay, while true. Yes, so this should also come inside the loop. Option equals this. So this keeps on going, and yeah, I should use the if loop also in the while true. So if option equals 1, then I can perform the function to input the file. That's wrt, and yeah, elif option equals 2, then that's to find the number of sentences. That's csl elif option equals 3, then I can add in cw, which is the function I used. Else I can exit, right? Yeah, that's basically else option equals 4, then exit. That's basically break. So that would break the loop, and everything else will run unless until I keep using options. So that should do. Yes, it should work now. So I think that's that. I think I coded it pretty well. I mean, yes, there are many unidentified flaws, because what if the user does not really input anything in the file? Then that would just push out some errors, and then I'd have to work with end of file errors and stuff like those. So I'm not really working with those for now. I mean, it's simple code. Have some fun. Yeah, just that way. Function f5. Let's run it. Oh, expected this. I think one of my blocks are not. Oh. Okay. This should work. Enter path. I guess it was 3.txt, I guess. Yeah, I prefer using 3.txt. Yeah, I store my files in a particular order. Okay, menu, input the file. So, yeah, I click 1. I mean, obviously, I need to input something in the file, so enter option 1. Input. Hello world. Most common phrases. Do you want to continue? Yes. I mean, I at least want 3 sentences in my file. Input. This is amazing. Yes. This should do. Do you want to continue? Yes. Let's get to the real part of the program. Do you want to continue? No. So you again come back to the menu, so you can see that the loop really works, right? So let's see, to find number of sentences that start with a given letter. If I click 2, let's enter a letter. Like the 3 sentences I've entered are like H, T, and L. So let's just say T. Then enter. So number of sentences starting with the letter T is 0. Oh no, I've come across a problem because I did start the letter with T. Okay, well, we'll check out the rest and we'll come back to it. It's an error, right? We'll work on fixing it. Still, find number of sentences and stuff. Okay, yeah, so that didn't work. Finding the number of words in a file. Let's try it out. 3. Number of words in the file, 0? Oh my gosh. Oh, of course, we haven't used f.seek. No wonder. My brain is braining. Let's kill this. Yes. f.seek. So once you've written something in the program, you've always got to seek to 0, right? How could I forget? We've got to go back to the beginning of the file. Similarly to anything you read, you've just got to go back to the beginning of the file. So your cursor is going back there, and yeah, anyway, every time you write, it doesn't matter where it's starting, right? Because we're in W plus, it should just refresh it. Yeah, we'll rerun the code now and let's try it out. Function F5. Okay. Enter path. Input to file. Yes, I need to get some random input. Yellow is a color. Do you want to continue? Yes. Red is a color too. Do you want to continue? Yes. Is yeah, so if I want to continue, yeah, input is the okay. Color isn't spelled right, isn't it? Okay, do you want to continue? No. Find the number of sentences too. We'll just go with like C. Okay, number of sentences, it still doesn't work. Alright, we'll work with it later. Find the number of words in the file. Oh, it's still 0. Did I not save it right or something? Pretty sure. Find words, G plus or equals 1. This is getting annoying. I have to really find something out. I'm pretty sure it's getting inputted in the file. Let's check the file if it is. How does our file look right now? Okay, it created the text file. There's nothing in the file. Oh dear. That's sad. So there's literally nothing in the file. What did I take the input for? Y2 input L expand input. Oh, I did not write it in the file. Oh my gosh. And then I have to write f dot write lines. Oh, wow. I did not write it. F dot write lines L. Yes, so now we'll try it out again, I guess. Kill it again. Yay. Function F5. Okay. Enter path. 3.txt. Input to file. Hello, everyone. You want to continue? Yes. I hope the code works. Do you want to continue? Yes. This should work. No. Okay, so the next one's going to be to find the number of sentences that start with a given letter. Let's enter a letter that I have. We'll use I this time. Yes, it counted. Yes, it did. Number of sentences. There's one sentence. Yes, there is one sentence. That's the sentence. I hope the code works. Good job. Then to find the number of words in the file. So that's going to be 3. There are 10 words. Let's check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow, this one worked too. What else? Yeah, so our code did work. It's inputted to the file. We found the number of sentences that start with a given letter, and we found the number of words in the file. Well, exit should work, obviously. Yes, so our code did work, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. Let's check out our file now. Okay, so that's how it's written in the file. I'm quite satisfied, really happy. Well, you could always work with the code even better. Like, you can start working on some exceptional handling and stuff like that. I mean, like the stuff like what if the user just inputs something random, like that you would have not expected in your code. Like, just take it as a simple thing. Like, if I inputted like 5 or something, it's just not part of the menu. I mean, it would still break the loop, but still. And yeah, so the code can be improved a lot more, but it's a simple code. I'm quite happy with it. Well then, bye bye.